I think that I wasn't thinking men should be the center of my life because of that. And so I don't really honestly think men were ever the center of my life. And then also, you know,
what a blessing.
What a blessing. And you also know this is a touchy topic, but growing up, and like you said, media and stuff like that, dark-skinned women weren't really also like the people that they would like look for. Like now it's more like Black and Berry, but like if you're dark-skinned, like they would just be like they wouldn't really take you seriously. Like they wouldn't look at you because like you're not light-skinned, red bone, stuff like that. So also I feel like that kind of was, and also like another layer too about it. Whatever, it's like they're not looking at dark-skinned women like they wanted to, right? But I thought about that when I was older within the media, but when I was younger, you know, I don't really know too much about it. So I will say that on that part. So men was never center in my life because I ain't no red. Well, I don't say I'm not light skinned, so I'm not no red or whatever. So it's not like, oh, let me look at this light skinned girl. So like I didn't have that gaze of like, oh, I'm a light skinned girl, you know, like what they were showing in the music and the movies and stuff like that. That's honestly why I even got into media, but that's a whole other conversation.
And you also have to think about that in the like context of like, especially what you're doing. And so like if you weren't, I thought about this a lot in like context to like social positioning, like even in college. So like I don't think even, because we're friends from college, like, and so even then, I don't think that we knew people, we were involved, we socialized with a lot of people. I wouldn't necessarily say we were like the popular kids, even of the Black people at U of L, right? Like we were cool, people knew us, but it's because we were so heavily involved. But that was clear to everyone else that our involvement was our priority. Yes. And so even in that, like some of that, like not having to prioritize men, really. That's similar to, even in school, when I was in school, like everybody knew that my school was my priority. Yeah. I don't really care about what y'all got going on. And so that makes you a little bit less desirable too, because I'm not trying to be cute for you. I came to class in sweatpants, my eyebrows are not done, like it's a mess for me right now.
Yes, like I'm not even thinking about the days of a man.
I'm keeping up.
I was playing volleyball, I was over here going to this event, going up. Yeah, in college, I definitely wasn't even thinking about this. I was like, I'm getting involved, I'm working, I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm gonna have a good time. Yeah. And then school, you know, but it was on top, but you know what I'm saying?
and I think that too, like, right? Like we had a very solid friendship, like friend group. And that was also my priority. I'm about to be kikiing, and if you're not going to have a good time and kiki with me, I'm not going to be somewhere stuck up with you and you're no fun. Yeah. Like I'm going to go hang out with my friends who I know are a good time.
Yeah, we literally did something together every single day. So I don't know if I had a boyfriend then. Wow. I feel like it'd be like a little hard or something like that because you're spending so much time with your friends and being involved in stuff like that too. So that's what I think. And then I was going to answer this question, like, why do you think it's hard? No, you're fine. Why do you think it's hard to decenter men? I feel like men still aren't the center of my life. But I can see how it's harder to decenter men because when you do get older, you're like, okay, I want a family. I want to have kids. I want to move. Like, I want to start this life. And it's like, well, if you like men, then like you kind of have to start talking. You gotta take them a little seriously. Literally, you gotta take them seriously. And so I feel like now, I feel like it's harder to decenter men because it's like, okay, I'm in that stage, maybe I want a family and stuff like that. But it's easier because they're not, you know, being men. So it's easier for me to decenter men because they're not showing up like a man to me or for me. That's what I would say, right? So so that'll be our answer. So let us know in the comments if you had, you know, issues like with men being the center of your life, or why do you think it's hard to decenter. Just let us know in the comments. Share this with your friends. Let's talk about this in the group chat. Okay.